Good morning, my loves. Happy Tuesday. It's about 4:45 in the morning here at the lake. Another beautiful day. Interesting topic today. We're going to talk about trusting your gut. People need to learn to trust your gut. Trust that first instinct. It rarely lets you down. So many times I have met someone and I know immediately what they're about. But I can be very critical. I can be very judgmental. I have very high standards for myself and others. So that means I can be a real bitch, bottom line. And I admit that. So I will say, hey, come on, to myself. Cut them a little slack. Come on. So I do. And then I find out I was right all along. There was somebody recently, and I knew right off the bat. And I thought, no, Brenda, no. And the person was just a fucking pain in the ass. They're immature. That's it. They're just immature. They're a child. And they started doing better. And I commented. I said, your behavior's really changed. I'm very impressed. Really made them feel good. Trust your gut. They just changed their tactics. They didn't change their behavior. They proved that recently. Trust your gut. If you meet somebody and you just get the vibe they cannot be trusted, trust that. If you get the vibe they're a player, trust it. If you get the vibe that this person could be my best friend forever, trust it. I know when my best friend Lynn and we worked together years ago at a law firm. And immediately, the first day we met, we knew, okay, we're those two people you do not want sitting together in a conference room in a meeting because somebody's going to start snickering and looking and giggling. And we have been best friends ever since. The same with my friend Rabia, who is an attorney. We knew we lived in the same apartment complex. They had cocktail parties every Wednesday. And we knew right away, because we both worked in law firms, she was an attorney. And we knew right away, okay, we're besties. This is it. And we've been friends ever since. With my best friends, I know. And it's never let me down. But with other people, I try to be generous of spirit. I try to have grace. I try to overlook things. I should trust my gut. I want you to trust your gut. If you're dating somebody, and there's something, you don't know what it is, but there's something that's just, it's not right. Don't force it. Trust it. If it isn't right, let it go. Let them go. Let them go. There's something there. Something is telling you, step away, then step away. Trust that. If your kids bring home somebody that they're dating and you're like, I don't think so. A, be sure you're not being overprotective and that nobody's good enough for your baby. But seriously, if you have a bad vibe, set your child down and say, hey, I know you really like them, but you got to trust me on this. There's a problem. And I really don't want you dating them. I'm not telling you not to be their friend. I don't want you to be mean to anybody or rude. I do not want you dating them. I do not want you in a relationship with them. I do not want you being intimate with them because I do not want you tied to them for the rest of your life. Kids don't realize that. They think, just because you have sex, well, it's just sex. Yeah, it's just sex until you have a baby, and then you're tied to that person for the rest of your entire life. And you're tied to their family for the rest of your life. So think about that. But trust your gut. If you're in a work environment, you're interviewing, trust your gut. Ask to walk around the firm. Excuse me. Sorry. I've been up a very long time. Walk around the firm, walk around the business, walk around the hospital, the clinic, whatever. Ask to meet some of the employees if you can. Get the vibe and trust it. Trust the vibe. Trust your gut. If you're going somewhere by yourself and you're uncomfortable, leave. Take an Uber, leave. Get in your car, leave. If you're out on a date with somebody, a first date, second date, something isn't right. I have done this. Leave. I have no problem. If I have a bad vibe about somebody, not going to happen. I don't care. They can be the most gorgeous person on the planet. They can be wealthy. I don't care. I trust my gut, and it does not let me down. Trust your gut. If you have a loved one that is sick and you have a feeling they need to go to the hospital, they really do, something's up, take them. Trust your gut. Just listen to that little voice. It won't let you down. However, there's a caveat to this. If you are drunk, if you use drugs, that little voice can get you in a lot of trouble. That little voice can be tequila. That little voice can be weed. It can be acid. It can be Valium. It can be anything. I don't know if they even still make Valium, but whatever. It can be any number of things. So don't listen to those voices. But listen, trust your gut. Really trust your gut. If you know you shouldn't be buying something, don't buy it. I know I recently bought a new car, and about 2-3 months ago, there was a car I really liked, reputable dealership, so I thought, a big dealership. And I just had a vibe that something wasn't right, and it got down to the end game, and sure enough, something wasn't right. They slipped something through and they said, oh, well, the reason this car is such a good price, it's called a branded title. It had been, somebody had it. They had problems with it. The dealership bought it back from them. Supposedly they fixed the problem, but the title is branded that it had been returned through the lemon law. That's why I was getting it at such a good deal. I don't think so. Not going to happen. I walked away. And this was, I was down to ready to sign papers, and they slipped this in. Yeah, no, not going to happen. I ended up going to another dealership, found the car I wanted, bought it, happily ever after. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Please. It can save your life. It can. It really can. It can save a relationship with your child. Might make them mad. They might be a little upset. It's okay. They'll get over it. And they may actually thank you later when they find out, yeah, you were right all along. That this person was a player, this person is a gold digger or whatever. This person has a drug issue. This person is violent. And never, while I think about it, never make excuses for people. Trust your gut. And if something is telling you there's a problem with this person, and you find out they have addictions, they have mental health issues, don't say, oh, well. No, that red flag is still there. Pay attention to the red flags. Don't wait for the sirens. Don't wait for the flashing neon lights. Trust your gut. Step away. Please step away.